Hey guys, welcome back to the Behind the Plate podcast in partnership with One IQ. I'm your host, Will. This is your co-host, DJ. And it's the last episode before the season begins.
Exciting.
DJ, are you excited?
Oh, I'm so excited. We will have 2 podcasts coming up because we're going to do one on Thursday. I'm assuming we have to do one on Thursday. Unless you
I
want to do it on
Thursday,
Sunday, we can.
I work Thursday. I think if we can do Sunday,
Yeah, we can do
have
Sunday
the
for sure.
full opening
Yeah.
series to talk about. That's 4
Yeah.
games.
Sundays. I like Sundays too. I was just like, it's on a Thursday. That's so perfect.
Yeah.
But Sunday works for me.
Sunday works.
Probably better.
So yeah, I mean, opening day is right around the corner. It's in 4 days for when this episode goes out.
Wow.
And we kind of already know what the roster is going to be for the Blue Jays. There's just a couple pieces that aren't quite figured out, but we know the bench is going to be Brian Servin, Ernie Clement, Daniel Vogelbach, and Davis Schneider, as it should be.
Yeah.
And also, I can't believe I skipped over this. We need to rejoice. Santiago Espinal has been traded.
I know, insane. What a day that was when you texted me that. I was actually so excited.
I couldn't believe it. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. I looked at it in the middle of these casts I was reading, and it was like Santiago Espinal to the Cincinnati Reds, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I hope he does good.
Oh, I would root for the
He's
dude.
A great guy.
Yeah, just he didn't have a spot in Toronto anymore.
No.
Woof. But
he did not.
Yeah, one of the more interesting stories coming out of spring is that there's a certain left-handed pitcher still on our roster. Ricky Tiedemann. What are your thoughts?
We talked about it a little bit, but listen, do I expect it? Did I expect it? No. No, I don't expect it. We were talking about whether or not he even comes up at the end of the season just for some experience. Yeah. To start him this season is super unexpected. Is it the worst thing? Could it help this team propel them to the playoffs? Manoah shocked everybody. Yes, it could happen, right? So I don't know. It's unexpected, but I'm down.
Yeah, I'd be down for it if he wasn't 20. If he was 21 or 22 and he's pitched a year in AAA and he's had over 100 innings in a season, I'd be yeah, you know what? I get it. I'd run with it. But to me, why bring him up for a couple starts at most and then send him down when Gausman's healthy? Because if he gets lit the fuck up, there goes confidence.
Yeah.
I like it. I think at the end of the day, he's up for the experience. He's still in spring training for the experience of being around the big boys and kind of going how they're doing. Now that Gausman's, I think he starts the spring finale today, depending, against Pittsburgh. So that would theoretically line him up for maybe something on Sunday against Tampa Bay or Saturday against Tampa Bay. It works out. If not, maybe he moves into that Houston series and takes there. I don't see a world where Ricky T makes opening day roster. September, I could see. Yeah. If he has a good year.
September, I agree. I think the risk, there's not enough reward to risk value to bring him up early.
I agree.
But I guess we'll see what they decide to do. It depends how desperate they are. You know, if they think they need it, then we'll see.
I would, which sounds super weird to say, but if we were going in pecking order of starting pitching depth, it's Bowden Francis. Well, he's ticked off because he was already in the rotation for Manoah. Then to me, it's Mitch White. And then I guess the argument's there for Ricky Tiedemann to be there.
Yeah, they got more experience. I agree. But it's so weird, though. I don't know. Because, people that just want him up just to see him pitch will say, bring him up. But if you understand the implications it could have on his career long term, I just say don't rush it.
Yeah,
He's not
there's
going anywhere.
there's
Like,
no need to rush him.
yeah.
Um, and it's just like unless he pitches tomorrow, which I don't think he's going to, it feels weird to still have him on the roster.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
does seem a little late. I'm
it
sure. I'm kind of surprised.
yeah, it's like ooh, okay, I get it. Maybe they'll give him some game time experience tomorrow. One last one for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's about it. I assume he starts the year in AAA.
I could see that happening. Just throw him in tomorrow. Just be like, okay, just go get some innings,
Yeah,
or an inning or whatever they decide
tell
to
me
do.
like 2 innings against Pittsburgh, and then hey,
Be our
you're gonna
ace
be
in
in
AAA.
AAA.
Yeah.
Just develop you a little bit more. I just kind of like what the Orioles are doing with Jackson Holiday. I gathering from all the online stuff, I think I might be the
Yeah.
only person who actually thinks Jackson Holiday in AAA isn't a bad thing.
I mean, no.
Like he's a
No, I don't
20-year-old
think.
kid. He struggled last year in
Yeah.
AAA. He's killed it this year in spring training. But why
Yeah.
rush him? He might not even play every day. He should, right? Like he should play every day on that Orioles roster, like at second
Mhm.
base. But he might
Yeah.
not because they still have guys like Phil Nevin, who's fucking pretty good. Uh,
Yeah.
it feels weird because if he comes up, like after struggling in AAA, comes up and say he struggles for the first month, like he's hitting 110, right? Like
Yeah.
couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat, and you send him down. Well, there goes all his confidence. He's like, well, shit, everything I've known is gone.
Yeah. I think it's similar in the sense like the only big difference between Baltimore, they are so like young as a team, you know. So I don't see them having to rush to bring him up. They have a good enough team to where they could make the playoffs easily without him.
Yeah,
So it's like, get him down in AAA, let him, see
let
how
him
he
cook.
does. If he's still cooking in 2 months, bring him up and put him on a team that's already really good, right? You
Exactly.
don't have to start him off. He's still super young. The fucking core of the team is still super young. So
Yeah.
there's no rush. You got so many years of this franchise being good, which is annoying, but it's
Oh.
the truth.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
makes no sense.
Maybe I'm a biased Jays fan because he's torched the Jays during spring training, but I'm not against having him start in AAA. Get like he's had 1 year in the minors. He went
Yeah.
from single A to AAA, 1 year in the minors. That's like 15 less than Wander Franco.
Listen, some the age 15, that's too high. But I'm saying like I think yeah, I don't know. It some players are built for it, right? Maybe he's that like
Yeah,
what
he could be
he's
that big guy.
on paper. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust me. But I think like there's a lot of risk in it for no reason.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're a really good team with really good players. They don't need to bring him up. Just see how he does in his first month. Maybe bring him up. Like, I don't know. No
You,
risk in that.
one of the like what worst case right now, he goes to AAA and he maybe scuffles a little bit, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, he could go down and make you look stupid, right? And torch it up, hit 400, and then you just bring him up in May, and guess what? Everyone's
Exactly.
happy.
Yeah, there's no risk in bringing someone down and then up, but there's
Yeah,
risk in bringing someone up and
up
then
and then
down.
down. Yeah, I
So,
think the Orioles are the only team that had like a top prospect that like had like a 2024 MLB ETA and that went down. So I think it's
yeah.
interesting. Like the Brewers had Jackson Churio, and the Rangers have Wyatt Langford, and there's one other that is there but that I'm missing. But they're bringing up their young guns, which I like. That's fun. But
It's fun. Changes the game, get new
yeah,
faces, and sometimes it'll work out. But
and the league it gets so young now that like if you make it into the league at 21, everyone's like, oh, what the hell? Or like 22, everyone's like,
yeah,
oh, you're so overrated. And it's like, shut
he's
up.
already young. I know. It's crazy. And then you look at Otani and no one cares that he was like fucking 28, 29 or whatever.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. If you're good enough, who cares how old you are?
Yeah, that's
Seriously.
where it is.
To a certain extent, because
Yeah,
obviously it
you don't
changes
want
your
like a
contract
19
when,
year old in there.
yeah. Yeah, that would be crazy, like Bedard.
You don't want like a Juan Soto type. That was nuts.
Yeah,
Juan Soto up at 19 is the wildest shit ever.
I know.
Like
But you
Vladdy
got,
was up at 20.
and I feel like I was waiting for him for forever
Yeah, well,
still.
we were just like hearing like 2016, 2017. Hey, there's this one guy. And we all thought, oh, 2018. And it was just like still too early. And then 2019. And we're like, yeah, this time.
Yeah, it was interesting. But yeah,
So,
no, I think what I said is valid and what you said is valid. Triple A
yeah,
for both of them.
yeah. Um, I don't know if there's anything else we really need to talk about with spring training because it's fucking over, basically.
I'm so glad.
I'm so
It's
happy
gonna
about
be
it. The boys are bopping in spring training right now, and that has to carry over. If
yeah,
that can
hopefully.
carry over, watch the fuck out.
The vibe is good
The vibe is
for
really
sure.
good.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess they didn't bop today, but like I
yeah.
I've like actually enjoyed watching the Blue Jays offense this year, which is insane because last year I thought I was gonna like scratch my eyes out or drink a couple liters of bleach.
We had an off year. It'll be fine. I seen that MLB Network. I think it was MLB Network, either MLB Network or like just like MLB Instagram. They had Toronto finishing second.
Yeah, it's just MLB's predictions. I
Yeah.
like it.
And me too. I would be more than okay with
Yeah.
second. Obviously, first would be
First is the ideal dream, but it's a little bit difficult. Uh,
second. Just
Second
make the
worst.
playoffs, man. Fuck.
Predictions are just fun. I love looking at everyone's predictions as to like what they believe will happen in a season on like whether
Yeah.
it's like award winners, playoff teams, teams who shit the bed. This time of year is really fun because you start zero, nothing matters until Thursday, unless you're the Dodgers and Padres, where you got to start a little early. It's
Yeah.
fun. So DJ, let's do our predictions.
Okay. I should have did more research from last year, but or coming
Okay,
into this, but I didn't.
just
But I could do it off the top of my head for sure.
we'll start off the American League East. Who's your
Hmm.
division winner?
As much as I wanted to say the Blue Jays, I'm not crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the most stacked division in the league. I would love for the Blue Jays to get 101 wins and finish with 61 losses, but probably not going to happen. I think it'll be tighter this year, like from top to bottom.
I agree.
We got Boston. They're going to be at the bottom of the
Yeah.
fucking barrel,
Just
clearly.
give me your whole AL East from fifth to first.
We got Boston.
Yeah.
We got Boston, Tampa.
Yeah.
Man, this is so hard, man. I'll say Boston, Tampa. Fuck. Boston, Tampa. Fuck. It's gonna be tight, right? So these
Yeah.
top three teams are gonna be within 3 games,
I need to
four
hear a
games, 5 games.
team.
I'll say Baltimore, Toronto, New York. No,
Okay.
no. New
Oh,
York, Toronto, Baltimore.
okay. We ended up with the exact same lineup. I went Baltimore with the division winner, then Toronto, New York, Tampa,
Yeah.
and Boston.
I think New York has a great upside, but I think injuries are going to play a factor. They're going to be roller coaster ride. They're going to
Yeah.
be really good when they're good, and they're going to have some bad spells where they drop.
I'm just gonna say 5 games separate the Yankees and the Orioles from first to third. Like the
Yeah,
Orioles, Jays, Yankees, there's a 5 game difference.
I think so too. I think it'll be really tight. I think the Blue Jays will be probably 2 or 3 games behind Baltimore, and then New York will be right there 4, 5 games behind.
Going over to the worst division in baseball, the
Hey,
American
yeah,
League Central.
yeah. You
Just
want to
give me
say
your
it first?
division winner.
Okay, fine.
I mean, unless you want to go through the whole division.
It's a shitty division.
Sucks. I only have one
Yeah.
playoff team in the AL Central, so I'd like kind of just rather skip over most of them.
Okay, yeah, the Twins.
Nope.
The
I got
Twins.
Cleveland winning the division.
It's either the Twins or the Cleveland
I
that are
got
gonna win the division.
I'm riding the Guardians this year to win the division. Don't know why.
That's good. I could see that happening. Don't really care about the division. I could see Kansas City going all the way up.
Yeah,
Like to not first, but like second, third.
I just, to me, Minnesota lost quite a bit. They lost Sonny
Yeah.
Gray, Tyler Mahle, Jorge Polanco. That's not
Yeah.
a great. Like that's not good. And I don't really think they added anyone. Like I'm really trying to
No.
think of like moves they made, and I'm like sat there with like nothing.
It's just a two-team division. There might
Yeah,
be a shocker, right? There might be a shocker. Like the Tigers were really good at the end of last year. I'm not
I
gonna
do
lie.
think if there's any team to shock that division, it's the Royals, but I don't think it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about the division to be honest. So
AL West.
this is another tie one. But
Oh,
I think it's like, a two horse race probably. I think um okay, do you want to go top to bottom with this one or just like the
um,
top three teams? I think it'll be
top three
Mariners
teams. I think
third.
we have the same teams.
Yeah, Mariners, Houston, Texas is going to be first, I think.
Cool. I go Houston, Texas, Seattle.
That's what I
Uh,
thought you would put. I
just
thought
because
you would put them.
Texas doesn't have Scherzer, DeGrom, or Seager to start the year, a little bit of a World
Yeah,
Series hangover. And Houston's going to come out kind of gunning because they almost got a bit, Bregman's on a
I think
walk year. He needs an extension. Tucker and Jordan are going to be fighting for extensions pretty soon. And they got Josh Hader. So,
yeah, they're really good, but I think Texas is like even with injuries like just a really good team, top
no,
to
I
bottom.
agree. They're a really good team. I just think the lack of like not having Scherzer and DeGrom to start the year and no Jordan Montgomery
Yeah, that's
maybe
fair.
stumbles them in April. Maybe they get off to, I
Yeah.
don't know, like a 10-12 start.
If
Now,
everyone's healthy, they end the season the hottest team in baseball for sure.
oh,
That's a
uh,
prediction.
NL East.
The NL
It's they
East.
get two horse rig division really. Like
Yeah.
I
I
have the closest race in that division is third and fifth.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the Braves are just nasty if you don't think they're gonna like just destroy everyone and finish with over 100 wins, you're stupid. The Phillies are gonna be really good too, but just second place I think is just safe.
Well,
I wouldn't be completely shocked if Philadelphia has like a monster year coming off like what they did in the playoffs,
healthy
you know?
Harper, still have
Yeah.
Nola and Wheeler. Got to be a better Trey Turner, you'd assume.
Yeah.
There's a
I'd say
pathway there. It's just very difficult.
there easily could be two 100 win teams in this division. I don't know how that math works with how much you play in your division now, but
Well, I mean, they'll also just beat up on the Mets, Marlins, and Nationals.
yeah. Yeah, no, I
Um,
don't think anything changes from that division. The sneakiest one would be probably, I mean, the Marlins are pretty decent, and the Mets could just be good for no reason because they have some ballers, but
I'm not
yeah.
super thrilled with Miami's offense. They lost
Yeah, I mean,
their best power hitter in Jorge Soler and replaced him with Tim Anderson. Tim
yeah,
Anderson had the same amount of hits as like Soler had home runs last year, so not
yeah.
impressed.
It'll be interesting to see if he like bounces back because he has to save his career.
Yeah, you gotta assume he does.
Yeah. All right.
Um, NL
You
Central.
s- you say the same, by the way, right? You say
Oh, yeah, I go Atlanta 1, Philly 2. I got Mets 3, Marlins 4, Nats 5.
or yeah, yeah, okay. Hmm.
NL Central, the second worst division in baseball. I'm not
Yeah,
convinced with my division winner. I'm going to throw that one. I have the team who should win the division and first, but I'm not convinced that they'll win the division.
yeah. Fuck. I want to like say a team, but I don't want to say a team.
Okay, I'll say a team. I got the Cubs winning the division by 2 games, but I'm not convinced they do it. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
50-50 on them. I like Shota Imanaga. I like Justin Steele. Jameson Tyon's nice. Kyle Hendricks is good.
Yeah.
But, like,
Got
I don't
some
know.
decent bats
They
in
got some
there
good.
when they're
The
healthy.
biggest difference for them is going to have it's like Craig Counsell being there, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And the only
So who
reason I
you
don't have
got?
the Cardinals winning the division is because Sonny Gray starts the year hurt.
The only reason why?
The only reason I don't have St. Louis winning the division is because Sonny Gray starts the year hurt.
That's yeah.
That's
I
about it.
guess. I don't know. I think there's
I'm probably
honestly,
overrating a couple teams and underrating a couple teams, but
I think the Reds make the playoffs.
mm, I don't.
I think they do.
I'd love it if they
It,
do, but I don't
it's,
think it happens.
I think they'll sneak in. They'll be a wild card team.
Yeah. So,
Uh
how are you sitting the NL Central, top to bottom?
oh man, like how is Milwaukee looking after last year? I really have to like look at
I
their
don't think they'll
roster.
make the playoffs personally.
I need to look at their roster. I don't know if they're hmm. Maybe I'll go Cubs, Cardinals, Reds, Milwaukee.
And then the Pirates in last.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I got. I got Cubs, Cards, Reds, Brewers, Pirates. Um, but
Yeah,
like
I think
it's a toss up
anything can
really for the
happen with
Cubs
this.
and the Cardinals. I could see
Well,
Milwaukee take a run. I don't think they will. Saint or
yeah,
not Cincinnati could take a run. I do think adding Frankie Montas is good, but I don't think it's enough. Um,
yeah. I think
yeah.
this division is the most toss up, like top to bottom.
Yeah, like I
Because
genuinely could
anything
see the
can.
Pirates finishing in like third.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's just weird. I just don't see Milwaukee finishing last, and I don't see the Reds finishing last.
Milwaukee's been so like consistently decent slash good for the last few years. It's like
Yeah,
hard to see them take a drop off like completely.
no Corbin Burns hurts them. They don't have Devin Williams to start the year because he's hurt. So it's
Yeah,
like really rely on Freddie Peralta. It's like I
guys need
don't
to step
fully
up.
know what the rest of that rotation looks like. Like I don't is Wade Miley still there? Is Eric
That's the
Lauer
thing.
still
I,
there?
I I need to look at the roster. That's one
Yeah.
team that I just hasn't paid attention
I'm
to.
not thrilled with their pitching staff. It's just like the first time I've said that since like 2016.
Yeah, losing your ace is always going to do that. But
Oh, they'll have DL Hall in the rotation. I forgot about that. I do like them having Reese Hoskins there, but
yeah,
uh,
he's
I'm
gonna.
just,
I hope he balls out.
I just, I don't see them winning the division.
Yeah, the Cubs have a big upside.
The Cubs have the best team on paper.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced on them. I,
Well, they
it's like a
St. Louis has some
55
ballers.
45 between Chicago and St. Louis.
St. Louis has their key role players step up. They'll win the division.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
Like if
think so.
Arenado can roll back the clock a little bit. If Goldschmidt goes to his MVP
That's
style
what I'm
player,
saying.
and then
Goldschmidt
you
and
get Sonny
Arenado.
Gray and Lance Lynn kind of balling out because I do think Lynn balls out a little bit. All of a sudden,
Hmm.
you're looking at a team that's going to storm the division. I do like Wilson Contreras there. I like Jordan Walker. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff there that I like, but
there's some
it's their
sneakiness.
wild card like you know
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're the biggest wild card. But
in
like
their
having
division.
Goldschmidt and like you know,
Arenado.
Arenado, like they could just snap at any point and be like who they were
Mm-hmm.
even 2 years ago and just like make this team a playoff team for sure.
I agree.
So so yeah.
And then National League West. I have three playoff teams in this division.
This division's fucking nasty. It competes with the AL East for sure.
If they don't have the Rockies, they're probably the better division in baseball. But they have the Rockies, so you automatically lose that number one spot.
So five's easy. Five's a lock, right?
Five is lock. It's the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Rockies five. Who do you have
Yeah.
fourth? Because I feel like fourth is a lock.
Yeah, you got to put the Padres there,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who do you got third?
Ah, man. I want them to get better, but like some moves, recent moves, just made this team so much better. So I will say the Diamondbacks are third.
That's what I got two. And I got San
Yeah,
Francisco two, and the Dodgers one.
yeah,
And the Dodgers,
yeah.
I've been winning the division by like 20 games. like,
Yeah, the Dodgers are like just the Dodgers.
I don't even have
So
the Giants winning 90 games. They're at 89, and then I have the Dodgers at 111.
wow, that's crazy. I
Um,
think the Giants are like going to be really good. Like I
I
think they'll have like
love the Blake Snell.
94 wins this year. Dodgers take away a lot because you play the Dodgers and like
Yeah.
they're probably gonna
Well,
roll
that's
you
why I
over.
don't have them at 90 wins.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
guess we'll see. Because
who?
I think those top two teams just steamroll the rest of the division. Maybe the Diamondbacks split, and
Yeah.
like the Padres definitely could get better. Don't get me wrong, but
I have it more of like the Dodgers steamroll the division, then it's like the Giants and Diamondbacks kind of take care of everything else.
yeah, the cleanup crew.
Yeah.
The Rockies are going to be far and away the worst team in baseball.
The
Like
worst
I
team in
think,
baseball. You think they're going to be worse
or
than the Cubs, or not the Cubs, or the White Sox and the A's?
well, okay, yeah, I guess I didn't think of that. I think they'll be the worst team in baseball just because of how stacked their division is and how important that is now.
God, God, they still have Chris Bryant.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's gonna win them one game.
Actually, Oakland's so bad. Like
It's
holy
so bad,
moly.
and every
Oh, yeah.
team is gonna be able to beat up on them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah, I think I retract my statement.
Who are
But they'll be in
your
the top 3 obviously or
yeah,
bottom 3.
Harper? Who are your playoff teams? For the American League side.
Hmm.
While you figure that out, I'll list out mine. So it's
Yeah.
Cleveland, New York, Toronto, Texas, Baltimore, Houston. Bang.
But you have sorry, say that one more time.
I got Cleveland as the
Hmm.
one of the wild card teams because of the division. I
Yep.
have New York as the sixth seed or the third wild card. I have Toronto as the fourth seed, and I have Texas as the fifth seed. And then I got Baltimore and Houston. Baltimore number two, Houston number one.
Well, I had Baltimore as a, leaders. I'm going to go through my leaders first, right? But I
Yeah.
said Baltimore, Texas, and then I mean, eh. I'll say the Twins. Sure. Sure, I'll just say the Twins. It could be the Guardians, but
Yeah.
either way, I don't really give a fuck.
They
And then
eliminate us.
wild card teams are going to be the Blue Jays, um, the Rangers, and the Yankees are going to sneak in.
Do you have the Astros missing the playoffs?
Oh, fuck. I forgot the Astros existed. Who did I say my second one was? So Blue Jays, Astros, Yankees.
Maybe I
3.
misheard you. I was just being stupid.
Maybe I misspoke. I don't know. But yeah, that's my wild card teams for sure. And I think those are not a lock, but
Yeah.
you know, it could change. But yeah.
And then who are your National League playoff teams?
National League. This is interesting. When you break it down like this, it's very interesting.
Because
Hmm.
I have a Cubs, Diamondbacks, Phillies, Giants, Braves, Dodgers. And I think that's basically a lock for the year.
Yeah, I agree.
The only team I could see sneaking in and sneaking out is the Cardinals and for the Cubs.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's much of a difference between our picks.
I could also see the Cardinals sneaking in as a wild card seed and bumping out one of Arizona or San Francisco, whoever finishes in third in the West.
The Giants are making the playoffs. I think they're a lock for me.
Yeah.
So nothing really
I don't know. Do you want to go
for
through like a wild card series prediction? You just want to give like your World Series matchup?
we could do round by round, bro. We could
Okay.
fucking I don't mind.
Sounds good. Okay,
Come on.
I'll start with the wild card while you get your matchups ready.
Yeah.
On my American League wildcard side, it's Cleveland and New York, and I got New York winning that series because it's the Yankees. And then I got Toronto and Texas, and I actually have Toronto winning it because they got to fucking do it at some point. And no better team to do it against than Texas.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my god, man. Now I have to I'm going off of last year's stats right now, so I'm just putting different teams in different places. And the wild card it has changed obviously, so well the Blue Jays are gonna be in there. They're going to play the Twins. Or yeah, the Twins. It'll be this repeat of last year. And we're going to beat them. Then I got the Astros playing. Who did the Astros play?
oh, you're gonna give it Astros Yankees AL wild card? That's straight fire if you do that.
Yeah, Astros Yankees would be really good, and I'll give it to the Astros. I hope the Yankees get bounced.
Dude, Astros Yankees AL wild card would feed families. That would feed families. Are you kidding me? That's heated rivals, playoff rivals, and one has to go in the first round.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
nuts. I
fun.
love that. I hope that happens now.
It's definitely a possibility.
Oh, I love that. I'm so glad that was one.
Yeah.
And then my NL wild card, I got Cubs in Arizona. I got Arizona winning it, and then Philly and San Fran, and I got Philly winning it.
I think the matchups are the same.
Mm-hmm.
I got the D-backs played so good last year in the playoffs. I think they do it again. And then the second one. What's the second one?
Mine was Phillies Giants.
Phillies Giants. Yeah, well, Philly is not winning the fucking division, and the Giants are gonna sneak in. I'll say, oh my god, Philadelphia plays so good in the playoffs, but the Giants are
Giants
so
even year
good.
magic.
Oh my
That
god.
even year bullshit.
No, I think the Phillies are too good. They'll beat them.
Okay. ALDS for me is Baltimore versus New York and Houston versus Toronto.
Yeah.
For the
Oh,
Baltimore New
mine
York
would.
one, I got one, and I it's not gonna please the people, but I got Baltimore kind of easily winning that series. And then Houston Toronto, I got Houston winning that.
Wow.
I don't think we could beat Houston. If we played them 162 times, they would finish with a better record. If we played them once, they'd finish with a better record.
Yeah.
If we played them twice, they'd still end up with a better record.
They're really good.
They're just a good playoff team too, but they always do it.
Well, we got Baltimore would play the Yankees.
I thought you had Houston beating New York though in the wild cards.
Yeah, okay.
You should be writing
Baltimore
this
beat.
down.
I know. I'm trying to just remember this. Baltimore beats the Yankees. Baltimore beats whoever it is.
Okay.
I think they rebound and they make it through. And then it would be Texas versus Toronto.
Yeah. Oh, an
Texas versus Toronto.
ALDS rematch
I
again.
know.
You know
And
if
I'll
that
say,
happens, Body's hitting a fucking nuke.
man, I would love to put the Blue Jays over Texas, but I think again, I think they're going to be healthy at this point. I think they're just going to be disgusting. So I'll give it to Texas.
Okay, so you got Texas, Baltimore, and I got Baltimore, Houston. Just basically.
Do you want to just finish this side of the bracket first?
Sure. Baltimore versus Houston. I have Baltimore winning.
They were such a flop in the playoffs last year.
Jackson Holiday is going to be there by this point. Connor Henderson's got a year under his belt. Adley Rutschman knows what's up. They got Corbin Burns, which is a legitimate ace.
They were such a flop.
And they're gonna ball out at the deadline and get some dude. Be surprised if they acquired Mike Trout. It wouldn't even shock me at this point.
Got Texas going all the way, bro.
Yeah, Texas going back to the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate you.
I'm pretty high on them. I'm not. It's such a safe pick, but so is Baltimore because they're gonna be good.
My NLDS is Atlanta versus Arizona, and then the Dodgers versus Philly. I got Atlanta winning that one.
Yeah.
And I got the curse continuing. LA loses in the first round, this time to Philly. It's just predicting the Dodgers to lose in an NLDS feels like a lock right now. No matter how good they are in the regular season, they flop. The second games matter in October, and I got them doing that again. Wah wah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I think so. I got. Wait, so you skipped the wild card games?
No, we did the NL wild card games.
Or did we do the wild card games?
I did.
Okay.
Because I think you had Philly and Arizona move on as well. Did you not?
No, I had Philly and the Giants. I think Philly and the Giants. So the Giants would be playing the Braves, and then Philly would be playing the Dodgers. So Dodgers, Phillies, and Giants, Braves. The Braves are just so nasty. I think they move on. Dodgers, Phillies. I don't want to see the Dodgers win, man. I really don't.
So predict Philly like I did.
Yeah, I think Philly's so good in the playoffs, and I think they're going to be way better during the regular season. And they'll bounce them because fuck the Dodgers. They don't know how to play in the postseason for the most part.
I agree.
And then I don't want to just say a rematch of last year, so I'll go the Braves make it.
To the World Series?
No, the Braves will make it to the World Series.
Yeah, so it's you got Braves, Texas.
Yeah, Braves, Texas.
Okay. My NLCS is Atlanta versus Philly. And Philly is the Braves kryptonite, and that continues. Philly wins.
Yeah, that's a toss-up.
I feel like you might know who my World Series team is already.
Who between the Phillies?
I got an Orioles Phillies matchup here.
Yeah. Well, I'll say mine first. I think I don't want to see Baltimore win. The Braves are so fun. I think the Braves will win.
I think you had Texas in the World Series.
I didn't.
Oh, I thought you said you were going Texas all the way.
Did I?
Yeah, I thought
you did. Oh my god, I did. Okay, sorry. The Braves are winning regardless.
Okay.
Sorry.
I got Philly winning.
That's good.
Bryce Harper wins MVP. He gets his ring. Trey Turner gets a ring. Another ring. Castellanos gets his ring. Schwarber gets another. All is happy in Philly.
Man, I would love that, right?
If it's not the Blue Jays, I'd want it to be Philly.
Me too.
Personal awards now. AL MVP.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr., baby. I gotta stick with my guns.
That's what I'm doing. I got Vladdy winning it. NL MVP.
NL. I know you have like Ohtani as your bet, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not on that anymore. I've moved on from him.
I don't know. I'm very curious of what you think. I think, well, okay. It could definitely be Mookie Betts. It could definitely be just the same as it last year. I think we're going to see a repeat race.
Okay.
But I'll say Mookie Betts. Let's give Mookie the upper hand this year.
That's who I went with too.
Oh, yeah?
My thing was like he's at shortstop this year. That'll get him a couple extra votes. And he's kind of always in there. So let's just give him another one.
I think he'll be the best player on the best team in the league.
Yeah.
So I think that's just,
Yeah.
but like
Okay.
that could easily flip flop,
Oh yeah.
easily, like 3 ways. Freddie Freeman can be up there, you know, all that jazz.
AL Cy Young.
AL. Man, I would love to put a J here, but realistically, if we win 2 awards like that, we're probably like
Winning the
the
World
top.
Series.
Yeah, yeah. Um, hmm. This one's hard for me. Harder.
I had
Um,
one team that stuck out with like 3 candidates for me, and I don't know why.
I
But
want to
they.
hear what you have to say first.
So I pondered Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, and Luis Castillo, and ultimately I landed on Luis Castillo winning the AL Cy Young.
Hmm. It is top. Like, there's a lot of good pitchers that could step up, right? Obviously, Gauze could be in top 5. You got, I don't know how long he's
Urias could
gonna be
also be
out.
in there too.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but to
we
me, the
obviously
Mariners
got.
just kind of stick out as that team. Get a
Yeah,
Cy Young.
we could have a repeat Cy Young easily, depending on if you
Health
know
of Cole.
health, of course. Um, I'll go. Hmm, he's on my Cy Young, or he's on my fantasy team. My ace. You guess who it is? He was in your top 3.
Oh, George Kirby.
Yeah, George Kirby. I like him.
Yeah.
He's got that dog in him.
Yeah, just the Mariners stuck out as a team that's just gonna be a good pitching team. So,
Yeah,
like, there's other
but
guys in
then
there. Like, you could go Scherzer if he's healthy enough. You could run like a Hunter Brown or like a Framber Valdez. Maybe try a Brady Singer or a Pablo Lopez.
and there's so
Um,
many names to
Tristan
even.
McKenzie and Gavin Williams stuck out as like 2 other ones for me from Cleveland, but ultimately it was Luis Castillo.
There's so many names
There are.
on both sides. Like that you could just easily.
The NL Cy Young for me was an easy one. I picked this one so quickly.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, that'd be interesting. What do you got for NL?
I have preached this at least 3 times now in videos. Walkie or Max Fried's going to be an absolute dog, and he's going to win the Cy Young.
Who do you got behind him?
Spencer Strider. And then
Yeah,
after that, Logan Webb, and
that's
then
my Cy
Zach
Young.
Gallen. Logan Webb. Makes sense.
Yeah,
That's a good one. He's
yeah.
going to, he could easily finish second. With having Chapman at third helps him.
The
He just,
Giants just have like such a good rotation though. Like I don't know.
well, they have Jordan Hicks. They have a closing pitcher as their starter right now.
Well,
In
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
but
bit,
like
it'll be a really good rotation.
they're top heavy, right? In a
Yeah.
little bit healthy, there I'd say.
Um,
It'll be interesting to see what Dylan Cease does though.
in San Diego, yeah.
Yeah, in San Diego.
Darvish could win
So
one. Musgrove could win one. I'm not super high on Glasnow or Yamamoto winning one.
yeah, fuck Yamamoto. Fuck, I hope he gets lit up.
AL Rookie of the Year. Who do you got?
Hmm.
And I changed
I
mine.
haven't. This is one like I have not looked into like that much.
I had to change mine. Although mine was like a toss up between 2 guys. Ultimately, I did originally think Holiday was going to do it because I thought he'd get the opening day nod.
Yeah.
He didn't, so I changed it because I think this dude that I also have was just balling out. He was my bold prediction. Oh, he was like involved in my bold prediction of Jackson Holiday not winning AL Rookie of the Year.
Jackson Holiday. If he plays enough games and is qualified, I think he wins it.
He has to come up before June, in my opinion, to win the Rookie of the Year. If he's up
Yeah.
after June, he's not going to get it. Because
Yeah, that's the problem.
the dude who's going to compete against is going to play 155 games.
Because they need him to.
And he's going to be on a playoff team. Well, so is Jackson Holiday.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll go the easy route. Jackson Holiday.
I went with Wyatt Langford with Texas. Dude rakes. Just an
Hmm.
absolute baller. He's the second or third pick in the draft. I think it went Skeens, Cruz, Langford. Dude's just fucking rakes. Like, he's a first
Have you
overall
really,
pick in any other draft. And he's MLB ready. He's playing opening day. Yay.
I've never seen him play,
Just such a
actually.
good bat. And they got Evan Carter in there. They're gonna have Simeon. They're gonna have Seager. They're gonna have Nathaniel Lowe, Adolis Garcia, Jonah Heim. Who's their
Yeah.
third baseman?
Who?
Who's the Rangers' third baseman? I'm trying to think about that. Yeah,
Rangers third baseman.
I can see his face.
Me too.
Um, Young
It's
guy.
a
Josh Young.
oh yeah, a young guy.
And an NL Rookie of the Year. I'm pretty convinced
I,
on mine.
are you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple picks. Yamamoto sticks out as the heavy favorite. Then I would say Shota Imanaga probably stands in there as the second one, but my guy's good.
I think I got. Oh no, man.
I know who I'm picking, so I'll run a name out quickly. I had Jackson Churio from the Milwaukee Brewers. He's going to be up
He's gonna
playing
be a
center field or right field in a lineup with Yelich. Potentially have Garrett Mitchell up there as well. That dude's a baller. He could, yeah,
I
Jackson
could
Churio.
I'll say the same. I was deciphering between him and um
That's good. Jordan Lawler is a good one from Arizona. Kind of keep forgetting about him.
Jackson Murrill. He's
Hmm?
pretty decent.
Mm,
Jackson Murrill.
yeah.
Either Jackson or Jackson, but I'll just copy you. I got two Jacksons winning the rookie of the year race.
It's a good year to be a Jackson.
Yeah. You got three rookie Jacksons that could win the fucking
That's wild.
that's insane. But
Um,
yeah,
those are the
I
projections.
didn't really think of rookie of the year
It's
for the
always so
NL.
fun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had like Yamamoto, and then the more I started like watching him pitch, I was like, this could be a really yikes year for him. And I'm Jackson Churio just feels like a safer pick, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I agree too. A lot of play time.
Yeah,
So it'll be interesting to see everything. I can't wait, man. I just need to see baseball. Stop talking about it. Just like stop edging me and get
Monday live watch party.
wow.
We
I'll be rushing home.
I know what we haven't been able to do this since last year.
What?
Series prediction. You know, when we like go through like what the week, like what the record will be at the end of the week by the time we get to our
Oh
next
yeah.
podcast and like the keys and
Yeah.
everything. We could do that now. Hey, let's run it.
Yeah,
Toronto,
let's
Tampa
run it.
Bay, a 4-game set. We are gonna have Jose Barrios versus Zach Eflin. Then it's Chris Bassett and someone.
Are they
And
set? Are they set?
ours is set. I
Yeah.
assume you can take a guess. Like a Pepio's going to be in there at some point. Can Yippee Pepsi Cola over there. But for the Jays, it's Brios, Bassett, Kikuchi, Francis, 1 through 4 right now.
Man.
I think they might Francis and Kikuchi might be flip flop, but I'm pretty sure Francis is game 4. Who do
Let
you
me get it up.
got? Oh no, Pepio's hurt, I think.
First
Anyways,
series. I want to check it out. I think
4
we
games
win.
in the Trop. First
I
of all,
win.
there
Oh,
is no worse place to start than the Trop.
yeah. Yeah. I
But you know what? It's the
I'll say
beginning of the
3.
year,
Give me 3 games.
and I'm
Give me 3.
optimistic. 3-1 at the end of
Yeah.
Sunday. Going into Houston,
I
they're 3-1, riding high. They'll lose game 3 against Tampa Bay. Rios and Bassett will shove. Kikuchi might get hit up a little bit, and then Francis is going to deal because he's a dog. And they go 3-1.
I say 3-1, but it's a toss up whether I could see us losing the first game or the last game. You know, it's a toss up, but give me 3, bro. We have to be optimistic. We're Blue Jays fans, even if it's biased. The Trop sucks ass, but I need 3. If we get
historically, in the Trop, we suck. But opening series in the Trop, we're kind of all right. 2016 opening day, we won in the Trop.
I was just about to say, I could
2020,
just think of
we won opening day in the Trop. 2024 opening day in the Trop, we fucking win.
It'll be interesting to see how our pitching does. That's the biggest concern. I mean, obviously the bats too, because like coming off last year. But
everything's a concern.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's fucking weird that we have. Maybe not weird, but I don't agree with the 2 p.m. Mountain Time start.
I hate that.
Like, man, oh man. I looked and I was just like,
I am not thrilled with having to watch the opening day at work.
Yeah, exactly. Me neither. I'm going to be on my phone, like, at work.
Yeah, that's just what I'm going to do.
Like, Saturday, fine. Sunday, fine. But Thursday,
opening day.
Wants to watching opening day.
I get it. It's opening day. Most opening day games are in the afternoon, but you know, Blue Jay of the series. Who's going to be the MVP of the series?
I would love to say Turner. That would be sweet.
That's who I'm leaning towards right now. It's a toss-up between 3 guys right now.
I don't think it's going to be a pitcher, to be honest.
It's going to be a bat. Bats are going to ball. We're going to put up like 25 runs in 4 games, 30 runs in 4 games. Like, it's going to be nuts. We're just going to we're going to go into the Trop and like basically slip our cock down their throat.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the easiest pick. Like, just Vladdy, start the year hot, buddy.
It's a toss-up for Bo, Vlad, and Turner.
3 bombs from Vladdy, and I'll be fine.
I got Bo as my MVP, but my sleeper is Dalton Varsho.
Dalton, big year this year, hopefully.
I could also see if Ernie Clement gets a couple good ones and maybe an IKF, but I think I gotta go with Bo.
You know who's been fucking playing his fucking best baseball ever in spring training for no reason?
Great.
Fucking Kevin Kiermaier
coming out here. Let's go. Kevin Kiermaier was not playing great baseball in spring training.
Like what? Well, I mean, seeing him hit 2 home runs.
2 home runs was nice, but he's like barely hitting his weight for the most part, unless that's up since Wednesday or Thursday, I think it was.
Yeah, he won't be Blue Jay the week.
But we gotta wait till opening day or home opener so we can steal one from center field.
Who's your Blue Jay of the year, other than Vladdy?
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious to look at Bichette.
Yeah. Let's say
but that's boring.
Let's get Bo and Vladdy out of there. They don't count.
Okay, without Bo and Vlad, who's the most important person on that team?
Yeah.
Or just who's gonna have one of the best years?
Who's just gonna ball out of like surprise? Like who's gonna surprise?
I don't think it's out of surprise because I expected pretty big stuff from this player last year and it was a little disappointing. And I've tempered my expectations, but I can still see big stuff happening. And that's number 25, Dalton Varsho. I'm so high on Varsho again. I love his swing. I think he's so good. He was heating up at the end of the year. He's on fire in spring training. He's hitting over 300. He's stolen 8 bases. Ronald Acuna, watch out. The best outfielder in baseball is coming, and it's Dalton fucking Varsho.
Well, I hope you're right, but I'll just say Barrios.
I could see that.
He's
I wanted to steer away from pitchers as well. Like, we got the obvious ones like Gausman, Barrios, Bassett. I would say Bowden Francis is going to be the most important pitcher in this team.
His unless Tiedemann has a big... Tiedemann can easily come up and fuck up.
I just say Francis's flexibility of being able to go into the bullpen as a long man and coming out and starting and going 5 or 6 innings, he's going to be the most important person on this staff because they're going to have him do so much different shit.
Yeah, if we were to say X factor for the bats, I'll give you a bat. I'll just say Turner, bro. If Turner's still as good as he has been for the last few years, that does so much for this team. 90 ribbies would be insane. 30 plus home runs would be insane.
Get me fired up.
Yeah, that's an X factor right there.
Awesome. So that's it. There we go. We have a record of 3-1 at the end of Sunday.
Yep. And by the time we come back, the season will have started.
Right? I can't fucking wait, baby. I can't wait for Monday against Houston.
I know.
Live watch party. I'm gonna have so much fun.
Start before me, but I'll get home as soon as possible.
You'll have to start her up on this side. Cool with that, baby?
Yeah. I'll be home probably. I get off at 5. Probably be home at 5:20. Probably be live at 5:30. The fastest. That's everything goes perfectly.
Sounds good. So, I'm here for it. Yeah, DJ.
Yo,
this is the last time we've talked since the end of spring training, so let's end it on a high note.
Blue Jays, maybe our predictions said otherwise, but Blue Jays taking it all this year.
This is a World Series here. So I, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you for watching the podcast. We've made it through one of the worst off seasons. By far, one of the most boring spring trainings. And opening day is just around the corner. The Blue Jays play regular season baseball this week, and that sentence gives me way too much happiness in my life. So I want to thank everyone for watching, listening to the podcast, however you get your podcast, whether it's on YouTube or on Spotify. I don't even know if we go on Spotify anymore.
I was about to say.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you guys are brand new to this channel. We're going to do these every week. There's going to be watch parties, and me and DJ want to do some fun little video stuff as well throughout the year. So yeah, just tune in for a whole bunch of great stuff. And until next time, go Jays, go. Peace out. Bye.
Woo.